Does the Joker actually belong in Arkham Asylum, or should he be locked up in Blackgate Prison instead? In Gotham, Arkham Asylum is the psychiatric hospital that's designed to hold the criminally insane. Here's the catch though: being violent, destructive, or even murderous might hint at an underlying mental health condition, but it doesn't automatically make you legally insane. To understand this, we need to talk about crimes. Under US law, every crime needs two things: the actus reus, which is a Latin phrase that means the guilty act, and the mens rea, which is another Latin phrase that means the guilty mind, also known as criminal intent. To be convicted of a crime, there needs to be evidence that you were the one who committed the criminal act and that you had the necessary mental state, the necessary intent while you were committing the criminal act. For example, let's say that the crime of stealing someone's phone requires that you took the phone intentionally. Well, if you took the phone by accident, maybe you thought it was yours, then you can't be found guilty of the crime because you didn't have the required intent. This makes sense if you think about it. Your mental state is an important part of determining if you deserve to be punished. But that then begs a question: what if you are so mentally unwell that you don't know what you're doing? Well, this is the basis for what is known as the insanity defense. Every state has their own rules for how the insanity defense works, but generally speaking, one of two things needs to be true. At the time you committed the criminal act, you need to be either completely unaware of what you were doing, or else have experienced such a break from reality that you are incapable of understanding that what you were doing is wrong. If we look at the Joker, he doesn't really seem to qualify. Unlike Harley Quinn, who is compelled by trauma to do anything for the Joker's love, or Two-Face, who has an obsessive need to make decisions based on a coin flip, the Joker is really only motivated by a desire for chaos. In some versions of the story, the Joker does explicitly have a mental health condition, but his destruction of Gotham is mostly motivated by a disregard for human life. That might indicate that the Joker is a psychopath, but it doesn't suggest the break from reality necessary to be found criminally insane, meaning he likely should be in Blackgate Prison rather than Arkham Asylum. If you want to know more about this, I have a longer video on YouTube, but what do you think? Does the Joker deserve to be where he is, or should he be transferred?